going to just kind of flip it here to Josh to talk a little bit about At the Movies. So we're going to start right at the top. The first movie that we're featuring, you may or may not know, is Paddington 2. So I'd love for y'all to hear Josh's hot take on Paddington 2. Why is this at the top of our At the Movies roster? If you've been wondering, you've come to the right conversation.
Random people have asked me about why we're starting with Paddington 2, random being Ben Colston specifically.
There you go.
And so, because not everybody's seen the movie, but what you need to know is, for several years, it was the most reviewed movie on Rotten Tomatoes to have a 100% score. Rotten Tomatoes 100%. And then in 2021, like 4 years after it was released, two jerks with websites gave it negative reviews just to knock it down to 99%. I'm still mad about it. It is an amazing movie, and even people like Nicolas Cage think that it's awesome. And who doesn't trust Nicolas Cage with their life?
Perfect,
So,
that's great, yeah.
It's a great movie.
And you know, everybody knows you really just have like a soft spot for teddy bears. That's really what this is all about,
Yep.
right? Yeah.
I had one when I was a kid. His name was Teddy because I was a creative child.
That's amazing. But you also have movies like Creed and Star Wars and Barbie and some other really cool stuff in the lineup, right? So clearly you're a thoughtful kind of guy.
Sure.
And we would love to hear, what is like the deep theological reason for an At the Movies kind of series? Like, go for it.
Right. So we're coming out of this series where we've like done deep dives into like the Genesis account and how ancient people would have understood it and how that applies to our lives. And some of you Bible nerds like me, you're like, this is my kind of series. We're doing Paddington now? Like, it feels like whiplash, right? So the deep theological reason is we want to be a great church, and we want to focus on Jesus, and we want to focus on making outsiders insiders. And so a few times a year, we want to set up Sunday mornings, and we want to set up events during the week that are come sit with me, right? Come sit with me Sundays, to make it super easy for you to invite unchurched or skeptical people to come sit with you here at this church. So the theological reason is we're evangelistic, and we want to connect people with Jesus. Is it a little gimmicky to do it with movie clips and Jesus teachings spliced in? Yeah, it's absolutely 100% gimmicky. Yes, it absolutely is. But we want them to do something that is familiar, like they're familiar with going to the movies, combined with something that's not, being stretched spiritually and invited to follow after Jesus. And this is an opportunity for you to lean into that, and for me to lean into that. I mean, I got some invites this last week because I've got people I'm definitely inviting, and we hope that you'll take advantage of that, and we'll go back to the really deep Bible stuff several times this year, and you'll love that stuff. And if you can just then bear with and participate with us when we do the more gimmicky stuff, that's a way that we can be a church that's reaching a lot more people.
It's going to be great. So it's all about inviting, and it's all about the popcorn, obviously, as part of the experience.
There'll be popcorn and soda.
There's
So if you really don't like Paddington, but you love popcorn, it's still worth it.
Yeah. So we want to be a great church.
Also, if you don't like Paddington, do you even have a soul? It's a tough question.
Tough question. Wrestle with that one. But so we want to be an inviting church. We want to be a great church. So do you have any tips for inviting people? Because like the staff, we were batting around some like possible invite lines earlier, and like we came up with, you want to get blown away by Jesus? Come see Twister at my church. That sounds weird, So we need help, Josh. What can we do that's better? How do we invite people?
That line of thinking goes against my first rule of inviting people to church.
Oh no, is it?
My first rule is DBW. Just don't be weird.
Don't be weird.
Don't be weird, okay?
Don't be weird.
So
all right.
It's super easy to say like, hey, we love our church, and we got this really cool series we're about to do where we're watching some clips of movies and also talking about like how the lessons from those movies might intersect with Christianity and help us live better lives. It can be as simple as that. Hey, I really love my church. I think you and your family would really enjoy coming. We have stuff for the kids. We have popcorn. Just hit the popcorn hard,
popcorn,
right?
Yeah, hit the popcorn. That's good.
It's just a real, like, you can be casual and then DBW. Just don't be weird. Let them know this matters to me and I care about you. And so I thought you might enjoy it as well. The same way you invite someone, like, you should really try those tacos at that Mexican place that just opened. It's amazing. Yeah. No one's like, I am so mad at you for inviting me to tacos, right? We think people are going to be furious at us for inviting them to church. You like it, share it with them, and see if they come. And if they don't, it's okay.
Awesome.
We'll do it again next year.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
So there are plenty of invite cards. You can stuff the back of your new cell phone holder with them. They're in the lobby, and we've got the really nice big ones too. So if you want to pass out like a special invitation to somebody, we've got plenty of invites we would love for you guys to share. I know it doesn't start until September 1st, but I think you said there was a little bit of a special preview tonight that we're excited to share.
We created something as a preview for this film about 4 years ago when AMC Movies reopened the theaters. AMC theaters reopened after COVID. They got Nicole Kidman to come in and film a Welcome to the Movie Theater. That was the cheesiest, most ridiculous thing anyone had ever seen. It's been memed all over the place, so of course we made a version of it for you. Can we see that real fast?
Let's do it.
We come to this place for truth. We come to the Verve to find life by following Jesus. The Because we need that. All of us. That indescribable feeling we get when the lights begin to dim. And we go somewhere we've never been before. Not just entertained, but somehow reborn, together. Age-old stories viewed with fresh eyes. Music that I can feel. Somehow, belonging feels possible in a place like this. Our heroes feel like the best part of us, and stories feel perfect and powerful. Because here, they are. Verve City Church. Jesus makes life better.
I think it's the best thing we've ever made as a church. I'm very excited about it. I told Audrey, like, you got to do the Australian accent. She was like, no. I was like, you can do this. And she crushed it. So that's, I'm so thankful for that. Hey, stand together with us. We're about to worship. We are so excited about this opportunity to invite people to At the Movies. We're going to do one last song together as we conclude. If you want to help with At the Movies, we need every person who's willing to join 1 week to be part of our welcome team. So out in the lobby, you can do that. Just pick 1 week. I mean, you can pick 4 if you want to. 5 if you're like looking for gold star, but like if you just pick 1 week to help us out with welcoming
just
people,
getting ready to
that would be a
switch
great team effort, and we would really appreciate it. Let's worship together, and then we'll dismiss. And we have cake and all kinds of awesomeness out in the lobby. Thank you so much for coming tonight. Let's be great together for the sake of Jesus.